Have you ever been scrolling online, seen an ad, and wondered, is that person even real? Well, today we're diving into AI avatars, a technology that's totally blurring the lines between what's real and what's digital. And it's changing, well, just about everything. So you've probably seen a video just like this one, right? It pops up in your feed and it feels completely authentic, like a real person just sharing an amazing tip they found. Or what about this one? The way she says it, the phrasing, it's just perfect. It sounds so genuine. This is exactly the kind of user-generated content, or UGC, that brands will literally spend millions trying to capture. But here's the kicker. The person in that ad, not real. Not at all. They were generated from scratch by an AI. And that right there is where our story begins. Look, this is such a huge leap forward. We're way beyond just having AI write some text for us. We're at the point where the AI doesn't just write the script, it actually becomes the actor. And you know what? That changes the entire game. And this is the key thing to understand. A true AI avatar isn't just a picture with a mouth that moves. No way. The AI makes sure the entire face, the eyes, the eyebrows, everything reacts to the emotion in the voice. So when the voice gets excited, the face gets excited too. That's where the magic really happens. Okay, so how are these digital people actually brought to life? You might be surprised. The process is actually pretty straightforward. Let's break down the recipe. So it all starts with a script, right? What do you want your avatar to say? Then you need the look. You can pick from a library of stock actors or, and this is wild, create a digital clone of a real person. After that, you give it a voice. This can be standard text-to-speech or even a clone of an actual voice. And finally, the AI platform just puts it all together, animating the face for a perfectly lip-synced video. And the market for these tools is already getting pretty specialized. You've got platforms like HeyGen, which are great for those really polished corporate training videos. Then there are tools like Spiel, which are built to turn just a single image into a viral-style ad. And you've got ArcAds, which is all about making those ads sound incredibly natural using speech-to-speech tech. Now, this brings up a really critical choice you have to make. Do you record your own voice, which sounds perfectly natural but isn't very scalable? Or do you create an AI voice clone? Using a service like 11 Labs, a clone lets you automate the whole process. The trade-off? It needs hours of your voice to train, and sometimes it can still sound just a little bit off. And this reveals this super fascinating split in how this tech is being used. On one side, you've got AI tools like ArcAds and Spiel, which are all about speed, creativity, and engagement to make viral ads. But on the other side, you have 3D modeling software like Blender, and that's used more like a truth engine for things like product demos, where perfect, defensible accuracy is the only thing that matters. It's a classic battle, right? Creativity versus absolute truth. All right, so now that we know how they're made, where are these avatars actually being used? The answer might surprise you. They're starting to show up almost everywhere. Well, some analysis from Andreessen Horowitz shows the market is basically breaking down into 3 key areas. First, you've got everyday consumers just getting creative and making characters for fun. Then you have small and medium-sized businesses who are using this tech to generate ads super fast. And finally, the big enterprises are using avatars to create content at a scale they just never could before. Yeah, for the big companies, this is a massive efficiency play. I mean, think about it. They can automate all their training videos, instantly translate content into dozens of languages, and even have an AI version of their CEO deliver personalized messages to the whole company. It's pretty amazing. But for years, there was this one big problem. These avatars, they just felt off, you know? They were stuck deep in the uncanny valley, that creepy feeling you get when something looks almost human, but your brain knows something is just not quite right. So what was the issue? Why was it so hard to make these avatars look and feel genuinely human? What was the secret sauce they were missing? Well, it turns out that perfect lip sync is actually just a tiny piece of the puzzle. The real challenge, the hard part, is capturing all those super subtle movements in the face, the cheeks, the chin, the eyebrows, and connecting all of that to the emotional tone of the script. That's what our brains need to see to believe it. And this timeline just shows you exactly why the tech has gotten so good so fast. I mean, back in 2017, early models could barely create a static face. Fast forward to 2022, and transformers helped the AI understand context and emotion. And now, Diffusion models are creating these hyper-realistic avatars that can even move the upper half of their body. The jump in just a few years is absolutely mind-blowing. So now that we're finally climbing our way out of the uncanny valley, what's the next big frontier? Where is all of this headed? Well, the next goals are pretty clear. We're talking about much better facial expressiveness that really captures true emotion. Avatars with full body movement, including natural hand gestures. Digital humans that can actually interact with objects, like picking up a product to show you. And the holy grail? Seamless, real-time applications, like an AI tutor on your video call that feels completely and totally real. And if you think that future is still decades away, get this. To create your own high-quality, custom avatar right now, it takes just 2 minutes of video from your phone. That's it. The barrier to creating a digital you has basically vanished. And make no mistake, this is not some niche technology. The venture capital firm Andreessen Horowitz predicts this space is going to create multiple billion-dollar companies, each serving a different type of customer. The economic potential here is just massive. So this all leaves us with one final, really important question. As these digital humans become completely indistinguishable from reality, how do we even define authenticity anymore? When you genuinely can't tell the difference, how will we know what or who is real? That's something we're all going to have to think about.